I'm Greg Miller from kindafunny.com, and you're listening to Podcast X, Y, and Z.
What's up, my people?
Hey, guys.
Welcome to Podcast X, Y, and Z, the world's number fun video game podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Caleb Pearson. To my right, Andrew Matthew.
Here we are.
You started laughing right when we recorded.
Because there was like a long, usually it's like 3, 2, 1, go, but this one was 3, 2, 1.
Oh, was it really? Was it longer?
Go. Yeah, it was like,
I'm sorry.
No, it's fun. That was funny.
More build up for more hype.
Yeah, there's a lot of hype.
Shout out to those watching us live in the chat. If you don't already know, we run Media Interactive, and you are listening to Podcast X, Y, and Z, where we talk about all things Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo on a weekly basis, Tuesday nights at 9 Eastern.
Jeez. Feel
Feel free to find our homepage, patreon.com/Media Interactive, where you can support us for $1 or $3 a month, and you get access to all sorts of perks, Andrew.
A lot of
you know what I mean?
things.
We got a t-shirt we're mailing to one of our boys. We got a lot of exclusive podcasts, exclusive articles, and discussion boards and stuff where you can help us co-create and come up with fun stuff to do.
Boom.
Tons to talk about, Andrew.
Yeah, if you're in the chat, what's up? Say what's up. Daniel said, just made it in time.
Daniel just made it. Awesome.
Thanks,
awesome.
Daniel.
Well, let me shout out our patrons and everybody we got here. Thank you so much for those that have supported us, and they are as follows: Jonah, Silas, Lauren, Suzanne, Rosser, Jake, Brendan, Jonathan, Alex, Kirby Curbs, Ryan, Sam, our t-shirt winner, Zan the Man Xander, George, Harry, and shout out to our patron/birthday boy, Joshua Holden Crowley.
Happy birthday.
I have been blessed, honored, and privileged to grow up alongside him and play video games with him and laugh and have fun, and he supports us, dude.
Josh, happiest of birthdays, man.
Feeling 22.
You're
I'm pretty
awesome.
sure that's how old he is.
You're 22? Wow.
He is, yeah.
Wow,
I'm
that's awesome.
slightly a year older than him.
Yeah, happy
so.
birthday, man.
And is Roro in the chat, Andrew?
Roro's in the chat.
Roro's in the chat. Daniel's in the chat. That is so exciting.
The squad's here. The
squad
on.
is here. Seth is in the chat. We got it.
Tuesdays at 9.
We got it made, dude. This is a roundtable podcast. That's
it?
what I start telling
yeah.
people.
No,
they say,
yeah.
"Oh, that's so cool that you do a podcast with 2 people." I say,
no.
blasphemy.
No.
There are multiple people.
There are a lot of people.
multiple sets of doubles.
You guys run this podcast with us.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Andrew, do you want to jump into the campaign for today?
Let's
We
do
got
the
some
campaign.
story missions.
I would
okay?
love it.
So it's so funny that we started this idea of doing the podcast with story missions, then having a couple side quests, and very quickly we have 5 story missions.
Daniel's birthday is today also.
Daniel Prindle's birthday's
Daniel
today.
is 27 today.
Happy freaking birthday, dude!
Sorry, I
that's
interrupted
so
you,
awesome.
but
No, that is
happiest of birthdays,
Oh,
Daniel.
I love that.
It's a
man.
birthday stream.
It feels like it's my birthday.
It's my birthday.
You know,
It's our birthday.
happy birthday to Media Interactive family because of Daniel.
Wow.
That's awesome.
What a good stream. Wow.
But anyway, we have 5 story missions and 8 side quests. We get a
that's-
little bit more scatterbrained, but I love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think a recipe for a good podcast is sometimes no recipe.
There's no
You know what I
recipe,
mean?
yeah, we
just
just-
letting the chat control it, letting them throw out their thoughts. We're going to talk about Apex. We're going to talk about all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
do
but
it.
why don't we just jump on in? Okay,
Let's do it.
Story mission number 1. This is cute. This is heartwarming.
It's cute.
Okay, Anthem is getting a digital animated short film on Valentine's Day.
Oh, man.
Ahead of its launch. I think that's super cool. What game does that remind you of, Andrew?
Oh, yeah.
Do you not know? this is the ball is set on the tee for you,
I
Andrew.
know, I'm playing.
Oh my god. Animated shorts
Okay, yeah.
for
No, keep going.
it. Okay.
Keep going.
Okay.
Overwatch.
Yes. Overwatch, Andrew.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm not even gonna ask if you were being sarcastic.
I thought it was like a too easy of an answer.
Okay, no, that's it. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. Overwatch, dude. I mean, what do you
Yeah.
think about that?
I am excited. I think that's super cool.
I think that's helpful, especially because the demo really gave us no grasp of the story.
And it said the short is, correct me if I'm wrong, it said 10 years before the events
I believe
of the
so.
game. So
Yeah,
this is like,
I think it's character building.
yeah, it's like when you start a Fallout game, it shows you the world before the nuke goes off. I believe that this is going to be similar, which is always really interesting.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really cool.
And you don't get to customize your character, you just get to customize your javelin, so I think this will be helpful.
Wow, your mom even knew it was Overwatch. Everyone in the chat just said Overwatch. Even your mom was like, I know it's Overwatch. So I was the last one to...
Now accepting applications for a new co-host.
Oh, man, on their birthdays, I'm just getting fired.
I mean, I that was like I was setting you up, Andrew. You could have hit
know,
that out of the
I
park.
know.
That's okay. You hit it.
yeah, no, so you're excited?
I am excited. I think that's super cool. And I had really just assumed in my mind, okay, I played the demo twice. Now I wait for release, and I'm not going to really care about this game until then. But now that's going to be cool to watch. And I think that the pacing of that release helps with a week to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm still on board on Anthem.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think this will be, if I can go on a limb and say, I believe this will be like pretty story. Like it will tell something. Like this, they had a story trailer, but a trailer shows different parts of things.
Sure.
This seems like to me like a cinematic. Like you'll get
Exposition, baby.
story. You'll get from point A to point B. Like you will see something happen.
Yeah.
As opposed to just random events in a trailer. So I'm interested to see the first bit of, from start to finish Anthem story.
Yeah.
Or lore or whatever, world building that you want to call it. So, I don't really know much about the story other than it looks like Destiny.
I don't think we know the name of the planet. I don't think we know where or when we are. Feel free to correct me in the chat if you know that information. But I love it. I love jumping into it. And you and I have scheduled a little weekly date time.
Yes.
Monday nights.
That's a nice daytime.
Monday nights, 10 p.m., right?
10 p.m.
We're going to play Anthem together.
So if you have Anthem and want to play...
CPZ23, the word C, Xbox Live. You can throw that in the chat if you want. But yeah, I'm excited for that digital short. It'll be cool to see what sort of character they gravitate towards, what sort of javelin they gravitate towards. That'll be sweet.
And Seth says, is there supposed to be some lore behind Anthem?
There is.
And Roro says apparently lots.
There's
lots
yes, and I saw that on
lore.
Twitter, Roro. Lots and lots of lore. It's so funny that they're choosing Twitter, almost sporadic tweets, to say, hey, by the way, here's some stuff that we probably should have revealed in official capacity. I love the way they're using Twitter.
Yeah.
But it's pretty funny to be scrolling through.
Yeah.
And then this guy, this Michael Gamble guy or whoever he is.
Oh, I see his name all the time.
Yeah, he is just like throwing out deets.
He's on Reddit all the time.
And at first I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. But now it's like, okay, buddy, like, this is a lot. It's just going to get buried and I don't know. Put it all in a nice document or something. But it is cool. He said there's a lot there. So it'll be interesting to see Destiny's Grimoire
But
cards.
none of it is out, correct? Is that correct? The lore, they're saying, like, once the game comes out,
and then I think this animated short will be the foundation for that.
Cool.
But I'm excited for that. I definitely want to care outside of action. You know what I mean? If there's there's lore related to Fort Tarsus, I'm more inclined to stay there.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun. Moving along.
Definitely.
Story mission number 2, Andrew. Activision Blizzard is basically just firing people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're getting laid off.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Everybody is talking about this and choosing to complain about it.
There's it's layoff city right now.
It's layoff city, and everybody's just like, oh my gosh, Activision Blizzard is, I could read the report, I could go into it. If you don't know about it, just know a lot of people, hundreds, were let go from Activision Blizzard due to, and they quoted, an underperformance for Overwatch and Hearthstone.
Just not doing well.
Just not doing well, and probably just not doing relatively as well, and they cited plateaued like income or whatever. Basically it's not growing in profit, it's just it's steadying out and flattening. So they cut people, and so initially people are like, hey, like, this is because of Apex, this is because of the battle royale's taking over. And people are basically saying, no, that's not how it works. Apex is brand new. This has probably been in the works. It's making news into tonight because Activision just had a quarterly earnings call or whatever, where the main dude was like, we've had a profitable... No, and that's the thing. It is downhill, but he phrases it so it's good.
Oh, yeah. He tries to get ahead of the storm.
Corrupt America. But it basically negates everybody that's been fired. And it says, we're doing well. We're getting revenue back. We got this, and this. Meanwhile, hundreds of people are out of a job.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
And hundreds of people... The problem here's why it bothers me, Andrew.
Tell me.
I know this happens.
Yeah.
In big picture, if they're making decisions that need to further their company, I think the gamers will end up benefiting from this. It's so easy to gravitate towards they fired people and those people are people and we hate them.
Yeah.
And I'm not happy about this.
Right.
The reason I'm not happy about it, though, is because they didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
They released Overwatch, which there's no way the release of Overwatch before Fortnite could have foreseen that post-content pacing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And Greg on Kind of Funny Games Daily was kind of funny. He was just saying, like, I don't know what Overwatch's post-launch content looks like.
Yeah.
But there's no way it's steady like all these other games. And of course it's not.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I mean, that game came out a while ago.
Yeah.
And people still play it.
Yeah.
But it's basically, I just think it's Activision, retreating a little bit, kicking some people to the curb so then they can drive another push.
Yeah, it's crazy. Roro says, I'm so mad about that. So many talented people.
Right.
It just came out of nowhere.
It came out of nowhere. And it's right before this quarterly earnings call. So it's like...
And it's like behind the new consoles. It's behind something crazy. So it's like...
Yeah.
You're losing a lot of people now in the stages of gearing up for something big.
But here's why I think it's good. And I don't want to dwell on how much we hate everybody.
How much we hate everybody.
It's and this, I'm just going to say it. It's more so a lot of marketing people and advertising people and development people.
Yeah.
It's not like the person who was working on Overwatch gameplay mechanics was all of a sudden like booted.
Yeah.
Maybe he ended up losing his job or something, but It's Activision retreating and taking hits, which I like.
Yeah.
I like when EA takes hits.
Yeah.
I don't like to see people fired.
Yeah.
But these people, Andrew, the way the community has responded to them on Twitter and posted job openings, and there's a whole community of people backing, I think it's ultimately going to be good.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it'll be good. I know right now it stinks.
Yeah.
But to get them away from somebody who's going to do that, who's going to fire them and then say, we had an incredible 2018.
Yeah.
Find a better boss.
And it's crazy because we just covered, too, the person who left Cyberpunk.
Yes.
So you're just seeing a bunch of things just shift as far as developers, as far as employees, and you're seeing a lot of things happen. It's just like, it's pretty crazy.
It stinks because it happens all the time, but the way it happens can be handled so much better than this one.
Right.
The timing of it, the phrasing of it is gross.
Yeah,
it's political and it's gross.
Good. Josh Crowley says, Overwatch is so sporadic and they add characters that aren't balanced.
Okay, yeah, and that's what I've noticed.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't played Overwatch in a while, but I knew it was just kind of, sporadic like that, and then just there's no flow to it.
Yeah.
There's no pacing involved.
Yeah. He also says, I think my Patreon dollar this month should go towards the updated posters for Behind You.
What's the problem with my posters, boy?
I think maybe me like update, like every month have a new post. But we
Well,
don't have a bunch of posters.
Yeah.
Maybe Anthem posters would be cool though.
I can go poster shopping.
Anthem posters would be cool. Also, I have one more side quest from the chat.
Yeah.
So you wanna...
Go ahead. No, go for it.
Seth wants to know the origin of your gamer tag because he was like, "Does that sounds like an auto-generated name? CPZ23."
Do you know the origin?
I want you to cover it. I've heard it multiple. It's like the legend of CPZ.
Okay.
But I want to hear the full.
Well, so there's no
legend.
interesting story about it. It's just I started. That was a thing back in the day where you lengthen it out, the breezies of the world, and all that stuff. It was probably 8th grade or 9th grade.
Yeah.
I said Peasy, CPZ, and then it happened to stick.
Because his name is Caleb Pearson.
My name is Caleb Pearson. So it stuck, and then it was a sarcastic, hey, like, ha, CPZ.
Yeah.
But then people started calling me CPZ.
Like a lot.
like a lot. And honestly, a little too much.
Yeah.
Because I'd have people not know me, but know me by that.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because it happened at the same time I got really, really good at doodle jump our freshman year of high school. Do you remember that?
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes.
So I basically had people come up to me,
I have
and
vivid
before,
memories of
and
this.
if I come across as popular or cool in this story, you need to check yourself,
No, Caleb was super cool.
because I had people that didn't know me come up to me and say, "Are you CPZ, the guy that's really good at doodle jump?"
I was one of those people, I think.
And that's
I had
not a
definitely
good
done that.
reputation to have.
I definitely did that.
If somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, are you Caleb Pearson, that awesome godly guy that loves on people?"
No,
I'd be like, "That's
no.
me." Like, "Oh, you're CPZ that plays doodle jump, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." So that's the origin of it. And then basically, I had a Windows phone back in the day.
Yeah, I do remember that too.
And I made a Microsoft account
Yes.
with the actual letter C.
I remember this.
So my gamer tag for Windows gaming was C, the letter C, PZ23. Went to Xbox. I needed a new gamer tag. I didn't want to sign into the old one. It was weird. It was dumb. Whatever. And then I was like, you know what? CPZ. Like, you can't see me, boy.
And now the legend is
And
here.
now my little bro, JPZ, Jonah, JAYPZ, and then Silas we got to work on because he can't have an S. I have the S. But anyway.
Josh Crowley says throwback to Catman04.
Catman04. Yeah, that's the man. That's my junk email at yahoo.com. Hit me up with all your spam.
He's getting all the old dirty laundry.
Crowley and I go way back, dude. Crowley and I go way back.
No, that's crazy. That's the origin of CPZ then.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow, yeah. So
Riveting.
That I mean, hey,
Go
that's a
download
good-
Doodle Jump.
We're gonna just do a doodle jump stream
Yeah.
next time.
But I mean, Hearthstone though, and Overwatch. Like, is Hearthstone still have standards for success?
So here's the thing with Hearthstone is like it keeps people's attention, but now it's so far along the road that if you don't have every expansion pack, you are not able to keep up at all. And you know me with Witcher, I love the card games.
A little too much.
I have a sore spot for card games, so I got into Hearthstone pretty quickly, and I was pretty addicted for a while. I played WoW, and I was addicted to WoW for a little bit, but not for that long. I was addicted to Hearthstone a little bit more. But then if you lose touch of Hearthstone for like 2 months, you're out.
Really? I tried it. I tried it with you, and I was like, "This is not my job."
You have to spend a lot of time, a lot of resources into it, and it's gone. And so there's so many other things out there that are just so much more entertaining, easier to get into than Hearthstone. And it's just I think. Shoot me if I'm wrong. I think Overwatch is the same way. Like, I think Overwatch, it's hard to just jump back in unless you've been playing nonstop and just know how to main.
I did not realize how big a competitive following that game had.
Yeah.
When it won the Game Award for most ongoing competitive, whatever. I was like, dang.
Yeah, it's crazy. Daniel says, Hearthstone was so much fun when I was in college, played in between classes, but you definitely have to commit to a long term. Yeah, I agree. Because I loved it because it was such a quick way. Like, actually, in between classes, it's the perfect game to play in between. Like, you're on the metro or you're in between classes, the perfect 10 to 20 minute game. Because it's intense enough and it's casual enough. But at this point,
there an app for it?
Yeah, just right on your phone. Gotcha. That was like right as we were about to graduate high school. It came out on the phone. It was just so clutch. But it just, downhill. They've lost definitely the train around it. Yeah. And that goes to all the firings and all the stuff that's going on is just...
It's crazy, man.
Same thing happening with World of Warcraft.
Well, and the cadence of the industry is off, Andrew. DICE is this week. We're going to talk about Apex here briefly, so be ready with your thoughts. Warm up your fingertips, you know what I mean? We got a lot of people that want to talk about that. It's going to be a long podcast, Seth. But the Februarys and Marches of the world that are busy now.
Yeah.
And then I think it's an ever-changing industry where that didn't used to be the case.
Yeah. Make
your cuts by E3, release your game by fall. I've said it over and over. Now it's every week.
Yeah.
These companies are adapting. So in the end, I think it's good, even though the way these companies adapt is just hard.
Plus, the difference is, like, press coverage is way more up-to-date to daily, whereas before, it was like press release was E3. You heard about things that happened in January at E3.
Andrew, the best press release in the world has been Apex. No press.
Yeah.
Get Twitch on board, and then people, it's spreading like a freaking disease.
Yeah,
I love it. Andrew, let's move on.
Oh, Daniel says Metro Exodus is out Friday. Need it. Oh, he's
He's a Metro boy. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Daniel, tell us our thoughts next.
That's
your thoughts
not
next
our
Tuesday.
wheelhouse. Can you write out a thoughtful? Give me a thesis. Thesis statement, not a whole paper, on Metro, because I don't play it. I've heard about it. I see trailers for it. And I'm like, this is so cool. What is this?
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh, Metro. I know there's a bunch of those games, but anyway.
Yeah, let us know next Tuesday what you think of it.
We're going to talk about Apex, talk about the DICE Summit that's happening now and this week, all day streaming tomorrow with video game news. But first, Andrew, another heartwarming story.
Ooh.
Capcom put pretty much every video game soundtrack they've ever made on Spotify.
Ooh.
Which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
And that goes back. You know what I mean? Capcom games go back. And so I looked at the Spotify playlist. Half of it's in Japanese, but they translate it for you, blah, blah, blah. But it's like hundreds and hundreds of songs.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you about that because I love to listen to some of these soundtracks.
Yeah.
I mean, I got nobody else to ask. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I love it. I think that's cool, and I think more people should do that.
Yeah.
Where's the Red Dead soundtrack?
As we were playing, we sat back in those cinematic moments. We said, "I need that,
dude.
I need that."
I told people. I told people it was out.
day.
I was like, "It's out. Go check it out." I just figured it would happen.
Nope.
Whatever.
Nowhere to be seen. Here's an interesting thing that I learned. One of my friends, like an acquaintance, she goes to Final Fantasy concerts. They go to places and people will play the soundtrack to Final Fantasy. I was like, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah. Like, you know how they did, so during the Game Awards, if you missed our coverage of it, they did a live performance of Red Dead soundtrack. If they did a charity concert, and they said, we're going to do it, pay $30 up front, we got food and drinks, come out and see Red Dead, I would go.
That's true. I mean, if there was Halo music going on, I would
That's a
wet
cool
myself.
thing. I didn't think about that. I never even thought about that. I'm not one to look up soundtracks. I mean, I think there are definitely soundtracks I love and that I've definitely booted up games before just to hear the sounds. But I think it's really a cool untapped market. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's already tapped and I don't know about it.
Daniel speaks to Metro a little bit for us.
He
go
says,
for it. Metro Last Light had literally the best atmosphere / world in a game that I've ever played. 2033 was pretty good, but Last Light was on a whole other level. Love those games.
Yeah, I think he maybe mentioned
I would
that
read
before.
a whole paper on that thesis. Great job, dude. MLA format.
Yeah, I think that the thing I've heard is that they've nailed atmosphere really well.
I have heard that as well. Yeah.
So that's really cool. I'm interested to see what happens with it.
Yeah, I want to look up some gameplay of it and see it when it comes out.
If it comes out on Redbox,
It'll be interesting to see
do it for a weekend.
If Twitch grabs a hold of it at all. And then again, Game Pass, which we can talk about.
Is it a horror game?
It's like survival apocalypse, I thought.
Okay. It's not, because I know there's like zombie monsters.
Right now, guess who's more qualified to run this podcast?
Daniel!
The birthday boy himself. So we'll just see what he says about how wrong we are. Okay? But yeah, so I'm excited for that. Again, more games coming out, man. It's a AAA game.
Also, to another side quest to the heartfelt messages, the adaptive controller commercial.
Yes.
That kid has his own YouTube channel where he does reviews of stuff that helps him play, which I thought was really heartfelt.
Yeah.
Like he actually has been doing reviews for a while, and then
Oh,
he
wow.
got featured on the commercial, and he did
Sure,
another
it's
review on the
skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Dang, that's cool.
Pretty special.
Yeah.
He said it's more of an action survival experience rather than a horror experience. Not really any jump scares or anything like that. Okay, yeah. Because I've seen gameplay where you have a flashlight and you're in like a
That's
tunnel.
what I always thought it was. I thought it. Okay, early on, I was like, "What is Metro versus the Division?" Because that Division 1 trailer came out so far long ago.
Oh, okay.
And it was snowy and you're moving around.
You
I was
thought
like,
it was Metro?
I was like, "How is this not Metro?"
Gotcha.
But and it's metropolitan area, so I was like, Metro? Blah, blah, blah. You know, the idiot in me is like, that's the thing. Anyway,
That's funny.
that's awesome. But yeah, Capcom video game soundtracks. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
That stuff is so cool. The Witcher soundtrack. I mean, when we hear it, we're just like,
that's
that
true.
thing happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's cool.
Yeah, there's definitely been moments, I think, when we've been in your car and you put the iPod on shuffle and Witcher coming, I'm like, whoa, wait, what is going on?
And you're like, wait, what freak of nature has a video game soundtrack in his playlist?
No, it gives me
My
nostalgic.
playlists are all over the place,
Yeah,
dude.
that's
It
good.
goes from, I mean, it's
That's good.
keeps
good,
you on your
man.
toes. You know what I mean?
So Capcom is all on Spotify.
Yeah.
So if you're interested,
Go
in
check it out. Any of that stuff, it's like old school stuff all the way
Yeah.
up through what they've done.
That's really cool.
Very interesting.
That's dope.
So, Andrew, let's skip Apex, do Dice real quick, so then we can
do
talk
it.
Apex, because that's going to be,
We just gonna talk Apex.
you know what I mean? Dice Summit is happening this week. They had a few speakers today. Everyone's live streaming it. Tomorrow is the Dice Awards. I know Greg is, I believe, hosting it. I know he's at least there. And this is an opportunity for, it's a pretty tight-knit industry-related conference.
Yeah.
Not a lot of releases, more so updates, if you will.
Yeah.
But it is cool. Nintendo's doing a Direct tomorrow, most likely releasing maybe some Smash DLC, maybe Luigi's Mansion 3 stuff. And then there's some other really like Yoshi, fruity child stuff coming out.
Yeah.
But I am excited for that. Nintendo's been quiet, but they're growing.
Yeah. Who spoke today at Dice? You told me.
Sean Layden did. He's the Sony exec.
Okay.
And I actually didn't watch it. I need to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
But he spoke to the failures of the PS3 and how they learned from them for the PS4, which was cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then he basically said, never rule out Nintendo. Nintendo is doing well, which is good to hear.
I'm so confused. Why does Dice have this summit, and then just bring this PS4 guy to talk? Like, I don't understand this.
It's industry lingo, man, and I really don't understand it too much.
They get their Dice banner over this.
But I don't. It's not Dice. It's not the developer. I don't think it's just called Dice. I don't know. Maybe we should look it up. If anybody in the chat knows us, being idiots.
I was thinking it was Dice the whole time.
No, I don't think it's the it's the Battlefield Dice.
Oh.
It's just DICE. It stands for something.
Okay,
that's the
well,
way I have understood it.
There you go. There's the discovery of the night.
So it is different. Yeah, it's not the developer.
Gotcha.
So it's a big old thing. No, it's a big
Okay.
old thing.
All right, that makes sense.
But anyway, so a lot of cool stuff happening there. It's almost like we're gonna watch these people and read into how they're talking and how they're acting before E3 being the next big thing.
Okay.
But people are covering it for real.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see all that happen.
I saw an article about what to expect for tomorrow, and they said they're gonna talk about how Marvel's Spider-Man came to the PlayStation, the development, what they can expect of the game going forward, and just like the creation of how does something like that happen, which I think is interesting because Marvel is so huge and a game like that to come out do so well on the PlayStation. I think it'll be interesting to hear about that, but it just sounds more informational than announcements.
No, exactly, for sure. Nothing big tier there at all.
Interesting. Yeah, that's cool.
Anyway, Andrew,
is it time?
I think it's time.
All right, people.
Do you want to start?
You heard it here first. We are covering Apex Legends.
Have you heard of it?
If you haven't heard of it,
so here's the thing, right? We did cover this last week.
we did.
You know what I mean? The initial hey, there's this game out and we actually really like it. Now we're at the point where people are starting to get like tattoos of this on their forehead.
At this point now, if you're not playing Apex Legends,
that's not me. I didn't get a tattoo. I did buy a sweatshirt with the Apex Legends logo on.
Oh, you did?
And it looks awesome.
Oh, that's sweet.
And I'm going to get it, Andrew, and I'm going to wear it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's cool.
I'm going to wear
Just
it.
the word? Do they have a logo?
It's the logo. It's the triangle mountainous
triangle,
logo.
yeah.
Anyway, that game is awesome, Andrew. IGN has reviewed it a 9. People love it. What are your thoughts in the chat about Apex? Who do you like to use? What do you like about it?
Just start talking.
You start, and then I will jump
So I
in.
think my biggest thing, I was thinking about this a lot. I was thinking about why is it more fun than Fortnite? Because as much as we hate on Fortnite, I do go back to Fortnite. That's so weird. And it might be a hype thing and buzz like friends do it, but there's something about it that I go back to.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think then, okay, so what do I like about Apex that's different than Fortnite? And why do I like it a lot more than Fortnite?
Yeah.
I think simply, I mean, we talked about this before, but like Legends, the idea of having different play, like a different match every time
Yeah.
is so captivating and rewarding for me. Whereas Fortnite is fun, cartoony, but you're basically expecting the same game every time.
Yeah.
You see a person, you build 3 stories, and then you die. Reroll. Apex, I play as someone. Gibraltar, I play as Wraith. Totally different game. Like, I mean, totally different game
Yeah.
if I play as Pathfinder.
Yeah.
You know, the way I move, the way I interact with my teammates, the way I interact with the map, the way I interact with everything is completely different. And to me, the biggest thing pushing me forward is I want to learn these characters and I want to learn how they exist in this world. And it's just so, and none of them are super OP and super trash. Now there are better legends but I've not been like, oh, here comes another Pathfinder, I'm dead. You know?
Yeah.
I always feel like I have a fair fight.
Yeah.
And I'm never like, shoot, that guy's gonna die really easy. Like, it's never that situation. When you have team select options, you're never mad when someone clicks someone, right? You're just like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know, and there's no real pressure around that team building. It's just simple, but it's also so rewarding. I don't know. You take over. It's so good.
It's so funny that small minor tweaks to games to make the experience better can really add up and define that game as a whole.
Yeah.
My brother had a really good thought about Apex, and he basically said it's as if they sat through every Reddit, every forum, every Twitter complaint about Fortnite, and listened to every single suggestion.
Yeah.
And put it all in one game.
Yeah.
The ping system is revolutionary. I bet you we never see a new battle royale without that.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I honestly, like, even advanced multiplayer 4v4 games will have ping systems like that.
Yeah.
They've changed communication forever.
And it's just, it plays faster and smoother. Even the UI, the HUD plays faster and smoother. I mean, Fortnite pulling up the map and dragging your marker to mark a new place, it's insane how slow that is and obnoxious it is. But in Apex, you're like ding 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 ding, like, but it's still clear to understand.
And yeah, that's my thing. Is there's so many things going on, but you're always Fortnite. You never know what's happening. Oh, there's a snowman.
You never
Oh,
know.
there's a plane.
You never know.
Oh, wait, that guy's built 7 stories. In Apex, there's a ton going on at all times.
Yeah.
With alts happening, with a bunch of different loot to pick up, 11 things to pick up on the map, interact with, but you're never like, I don't know what this does. You're like, I understand what's happening.
Yeah.
I understand he's signaling me with loot. I have to go here. There's an enemy team there. It's super easy to just figure out.
Yeah. And it's just not every player is the same. I mean, Daniel said in the chat, he likes the gunplay more in Fortnite. Easy. So
That's
true.
easy.
And the variety of strategies with the legends. Seth says he mains Pathfinder and likes the G7.
G7 is real nice.
It
Real
is
nice.
super nice. That's a scout, right? Or
Yeah,
what?
it's a single shot.
Yeah.
That was
how
the one you had
similar
the
it is to
crazy-
Titanfall 2 with the crazy sniper.
Yeah.
But these characters, and then the way you can you don't need to be in a party with your friends to play competitively. Your characters talk, and you can get stuff done.
Yeah.
And you're down but not out.
Yeah.
You're down but not out.
Right.
And I think that's incredible.
Oh yeah. I was playing with Jake Adams, and I took a bad jump, and I ended up all the way down in the map, and I died, and I was so mad. And then it was like my crate was put up back on the map. He could recover me. I respawned. My ammo was right there.
Tommy saves my butt every single time we play.
If that was Fortnite,
I have a high expectation now that I can die 3 to 5 times and win the game.
and that's fun.
Of course it's fun, Andrew. It's freaking awesome, man. And the skins and the rewards and the Apex packs or whatever they're called. It's so great.
I did hear that they decline as you level up, which made me.
And I was talking to Pinto about that. But again, they're releasing a new battle pass type pacing.
Right. Yeah.
We've also heard a leak of potential solo and duo modes coming. Let us know in the chat, what do you think happens next with this game update wise? I think we're going to get a new map before a new character and even before a bunch of new game modes.
Why do you say you really feel?
I just have a feeling that they're going to wow us again. I don't. Maybe it's foolish, but the fact that they name it Kings Canyon and it really just feels like you're loading into a portion of what they have for you. I don't know.
Yeah.
I could just very easily see.
Yeah.
Fortnite's map's not labeled.
Yeah.
Call of Duty's map's not labeled.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this called Kings Canyon, and why does it seem like there could be more of it?
Yeah, I would like them to focus less on the weapons. Maybe I think they have a good enough roster that if they start adding a lot of weapons, it might that's an easy give. Like,
Yeah,
we
true.
can add a bunch of weapons, but I wish they wouldn't go. I hope they don't go there. Yeah. I hope they go to a new map or new characters. They balance out maybe like a quad racer or something, a vehicle or something. But new weapons. I'm interested right now in just getting to know the weapons I have.
Yeah.
So that definitely a new map would be crazy.
And I don't want them to update the map and change it in crazy ways.
Yeah.
Because Fortnite, I don't think is ever gonna have a nostalgia factor. I would love if it was OG Fortnite. When I go back and visit it and think, whoa, the old school menu music, the old school map, I remember loving this. I'm going to love it again. Instead, you jump in and planes is a different game.
Yeah.
Which I get. The ongoing game, people love it. But the Apex map is perfect, I feel like. Don't mess with it too much.
Yeah.
That way I can keep enjoying it. And I can go back to it, especially if I have the option between other modes. But again, solos and duos I would love.
Josh says, I don't know about solos in this game. I feel like the point of the characters is to build a team and rock and roll.
And you're absolutely right about that. Especially, you can tell it's designed around that, and that's why they launched with 3.
For sure.
But I still think it's got to be in there.
Yeah.
If you're designing a game, I think there have to be skeleton structures. Make it a smaller map. Make it less people.
That's what I was going to say. It has to look different, and I get that. I think I initially was really upset. I was like, why don't you add that to the game? But then, we had a week. I'm seeing it work.
Yeah.
It would be crazy to expect them to have all of that.
And 3 is a beautiful number,
It is.
man.
It really is. 4 would have been too much.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been way too much. But 3 is a perfect number.
Yeah. I think if you adjust the scale of the gameplay based on how many people are on your team, I think that could be very good.
Yeah.
Who do you like to use?
I'm a Bangalore guy.
Yeah.
I like the smokes. I like the smokes.
I am too. I started with Bloodhound, but
the knowledge is key, man. Knowing where the enemies are is nice.
And here's my ideal situation. Okay, one of my teammates is Bangalore, the teammate that's better than me, like Tommy, right? And then maybe another teammate that's like on a level playing field with me, like Pinto.
Yeah,
he might be a little bit better than me, but he has Caustic or Mirage,
Yeah.
And I haven't unlocked those characters yet.
Yeah. It seems pretty easy to unlock them. Like, it doesn't seem like a huge
Oh,
grind.
no, I'm almost there. But then you can do Bloodhound so you can see everybody through the smoke and gas.
Right.
And like Daniel said, like the balance of strategy with the legends, no game's the same.
Yeah. Do you think that, hypothetically, that they add a different game mode?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
You think that's a possibility?
It already is Call of Duty-ish.
Yeah.
They could have the parts of the map, they could do what Call of Duty did.
Yeah.
Call of Duty took their small maps and threw them in a battle royale. I would love for them to extract, I can't even name one off the top of my head, but Skulltown.
Yeah.
If you have a 6v6 in Skulltown where there's no beacon revives, it's just or maybe you just die, like who knows, whatever. Yeah. And then it's more Call of Duty-ish.
Yeah, it would be a good training aspect of the game to like get to know the characters, get to know the weapons. It would be nice to not have to jump into a whole battle royale mode and have to feel like I have to disappoint my teammates, where I can just jump into a 6v6 and just kill some people.
We're gonna have PvE with Anthem.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have battle royale with Apex.
Yeah.
But where's our PvP? Where's our good old fashioned 6v6?
And so here's my thing is like, what do you think Battlefield is doing right now? Because if you guys don't know, Battlefield is holding their battle royale mode till March.
Firestorm.
And so what do you think they're doing in the developer meeting rooms right now? Like, they're probably flipped.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I literally don't know, Andrew. I don't know.
Because you just have to imagine, especially with Apex. Before, yes, everything else was super hype with Call of Duty, with Blackout.
I mean, there might actually be a 0% chance I have more fun playing that than Apex.
Oh, 0 is a strong
You know what
number.
I mean? Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Battlefield multiplayer is fun.
Yes.
That's what they've always had going. It's 32v32.
Oh, man.
And you could spawn in and redo and blah, blah, blah.
I can't believe that it didn't happen at launch. And they're holding it, and Apex Legends is perfect because it just put the
hilarious.
Dagger in the... I mean, it just really...
Crowley says, don't give up on Battlefield. Are you excited for Firestorm? Are you going to play that?
Even with the Apex hype? Like, it's just
well,
hard.
and it remains to be seen. If Apex content or a battle pass is meh, people will be trying Firestorm, especially because people are going to have such short attention spans now with these battle royales.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's honestly exhausting to think about people be floating back and forth.
But also, I haven't touched Fortnite since Apex.
I haven't touched Fortnite since Apex, since even before that. He says, I have nothing to back that statement. I just hate to see it
Okay,
go.
that's fair.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
It does have a lot of potential.
And do you own Battlefield 5? Because we do. We never play it.
Yeah.
I mean, we never play it.
We never play it.
But I still don't regret buying it. It was
No, I
fun
don't.
when we played
I
it.
don't.
And I like that
fun.
I have it and I can try
It
Firestorm
is
for free.
fun. Daniel says, I'm very interested to see more Firestorm. I really like Battlefield 5 sandbox and weapons. Yeah, the destructibility, the whole
To speak
idea.
on that real quick, I do have one issue with Apex.
Uh-oh.
If anybody has any issues, go ahead and hit them in the chat. Let's get this conversation over with. It might be a short one. Snipers/scopes have got to be updated in Apex a little bit, I think.
They're tough.
It's hard.
Aiming down the sights is
But
tough.
and so here's how I know it's hard, Andrew. I suck at sniping no matter what game I'm playing.
Yeah.
So that's my litmus test. But I can tell that I suck differently in Apex, where I should just generally be bad at the game.
Yeah.
But I think the zooming in sensitivity changes, like Tommy pointed out every time we play, and some of the snipers are just, instead of being like stoked that I have a sniper, I'm contemplating like, do I even want this?
Oh yeah, you contemplate every time.
Especially because of how fast these characters are.
And everyone plays so aggressive too. It's hard to be.
And correct me if I'm wrong. What character has an ability that helps long distance sniping?
Nothing.
It's all gas, smoke, jump, and gun. You can launch a barrage, but not that far away.
Nothing.
Nothing.
There's
I think.
no
So if
incentive.
there was a character, again, there is one that focuses on health. There is one that focuses on whatever.
True.
But does that make sense? Though?
Yeah, no,
There's
it
not
makes
that
sense.
many, and I don't know what that ultimate would be.
Yeah.
What would that look like?
Yeah.
Could you highlight somebody in your field of view no matter how far away they are? You can
Yeah.
see through the map. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But the scopes could change, and sniping could be. I would like one or two more
Yeah,
snipers.
definitely. Hot off the press, Josh says, I do not own Battlefield 5. Josh, how can you say we can't let Battlefield go?
Hey, he's facilitating.
It's
Devil's
his birthday.
advocate.
It's cool.
It's his birthday
but,
week.
I agree with Daniel. He says the SMG slot clip size in Apex, I think, needs to be boosted a bit. Pretty much require an extended mag.
That is
to do
true.
anything. I think that's true with a lot of guns.
Yeah.
The clip size is very small. I find myself, even with an assault rifle,
It's too small.
it's a little small. An extended mag is nice. Like, you feel like you actually have power, which is nice, because a lot of games, they put extended mag and you never feel like you need it. You know?
And here's the thing. Without context, it's not small.
Yeah.
I would say objectively it's not small.
Yeah.
But when you put in the context of the game, when you consider the time to kill,
Yeah.
when you consider knockdown shields,
Yeah.
and when you consider how fast everybody is moving, watch any kill ever.
Yeah.
You're 3 clips. Straight up, you need 40 plus bullets to down somebody.
Which is also nice, though, because it incentivizes shotguns. People don't
That is
play with
true.
shotguns a lot,
Yeah,
but
it's
it
hard.
incentivizes playing with shotguns because you're up and close and personal.
Right.
You know that person's going to have to
Boom,
reload. Josh says syringe time is a bit long, but I guess it keeps healing from being OP. Yeah, I agree. I think some of these things, like even just the small bits of health it takes. And you were saying, what were you saying? The accelerant.
Yes.
It's 8 to 9 seconds for 20% of your ultimate.
And that's the blue tier accelerant.
And that's probably not that great. Like
that's really not that worth it.
That's not worth it.
Especially considering, and that's what's cool, is the ultimates are not like Destiny, where it's game changing.
Right.
It gives you a slight advantage.
Correct.
And it can actually screw you over.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
That gas and that
Yes.
smoke, like even if it's your teammate's gas,
Yeah.
like Pinto, why are you throwing gas, dude? Now I'm dizzy, right?
Yeah.
And I like the realism there.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Instead of it just being, because Destiny was always like that, man. You see a guy pursuing you, and maybe you're winning the fight, because time to kill is fine in Destiny.
Yeah.
But then he floats above you.
Yeah.
You know you're done.
Yeah,
All
you're
you can do is
done.
look up and just like.
Beg for mercy.
Yeah.
Let me go quickly.
But with this, pretty much everybody's spamming LBRB, whatever.
Yeah. Roro says I've never used my ultimate successfully.
But what is successfully?
And I think a lot of people would say that. I think a lot of people would say I have not used it successfully.
And that's why I run Bloodhound if somebody else has Bangalore, because I always run it successfully.
Yeah.
Because all you need to do is point,
And
say,
just
body,
look.
building. Yeah. But again, the trouble of the have I used it successfully or not, some of them are not firefight supers.
Yeah.
It's, hey, how long have you been sitting on your ultimate? Drop a care package.
Yeah.
And you can play the game even when you're not shooting people. And I'm sorry, Andrew, you cannot play Fortnite when you're not shooting people.
Yeah.
You're not playing. You're not doing anything.
Yeah.
There's no beacon to go to. There's no care package to drop. It's the same stupid thing over and over. This game, every game, and people are like, it's hard to find 60 people.
Yeah.
That has not been my experience. The map size is fine for 60 people.
I think the map size
But even
is
with the
fine.
downtime, it's like, where are we going to go? What are we going to do?
Yeah.
especially because of the loot progression system. There's a lot to do.
And they tell you everything, every area you go to, mid-tier loot, this is what loot you're going to get.
The UI is just perfect.
Helpful.
It's perfect.
Silas says, all accelerants are blue 20%, but it's really only useful for 1 or 2 characters. Most have a quick enough cooldown that's not worth the carry. Lifeline needs accelerant, though. Yeah, I'm always debating, is it worth it to carry? I have to think those things through.
And you do come across a lot of crap.
Yeah, you have to think, like, is it worth carrying? And I think that, you know, to your point about the map and, like, there's so many interesting things to do, I think that they've set themselves up for success because they can add another map and they can add new things to do to make it even more interesting, so that downtime just becomes, you never have to think about the downtime. Fortnite tried to do it by, let's throw in a new weapon, let's throw in this, and this, but I think Apex has enough foundation where they don't have to do anything crazy.
Yeah.
They've got enough incentive there, but I think they have a lot to build on.
Do you think, and I'm addressing everybody, they put vehicles in this game?
I think they do.
I think they do.
I think they do.
I think they already did. I think those vehicles that we pass are ready to be programmed into hold X to open this door.
That would be. I think that'd be great. The time to kill is perfect. It wouldn't be a ride.
Do you think they add rocket launchers?
I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, power weapons are interesting, like grenade launchers.
Because you start to think about the blackout recipe of helicopters and rocket launchers, and then, to their point, it starts to feel a little bit more like Battlefield.
Yeah.
Of like, because as much as I love the map and as good as it is pretty much run. Where do you see anybody?
Yeah.
But to hear a little bit more chaos, my favorite part is the beginning of the game. If I know people are on a ship above me, or I'm dropping down on them,
right.
Despite the map, there's not a lot of verticality after the first 3 minutes.
That's correct.
Yeah, and I wish there was. So I love it when I get to that west side of the map with that thing up high with the zip lines and stuff.
Yeah, no, those are super fun.
Vertical play is so fun, and that's a Titanfall staple, like they said in the chat, and it reminds me of that game.
Yeah, and I think that what Titanfall did is they really reinvented quick, fast combat, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they didn't really specialize in rocket launchers or anything like that.
I don't believe so.
They didn't really dabble them. It was really just SMG, get up in someone's face, and then get your Titan. So I can see Apex leaning the similar way of, like, we just want to encourage you to run up on someone, slide in their face, shoot them, and then dash up a building and run away.
And that's what happens.
But I would be interested to think about what a rocket launcher would do to the game, because I think it would be interesting as if they put vehicles in the game. If they work, how do they work? Do they introduce verticality? I don't know if I'm interested in verticality as much. I think that scares me. Like, blackout helicopters are just stupid.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's almost cooler in theory.
And I like the zipline idea. Like, it's enough, and it's not there, but it's not. But I do want to see vehicles. I definitely.
You know what? Like, now that I think about it, there is verticality. Like, there definitely is.
Yeah.
With the zipline up and down, there are a few areas of the map where you are shooting up or down at somebody.
Right.
I guess I just wish I could see people, I don't know, maybe from farther away, or maybe clearly engaging.
I think that goes back to your point of, like, when can I use a sniper rifle and have fun?
Yeah.
And that's the far away combat. That's the verticality of, like, I'm only in combat when you are basically this distance.
Yeah, and then it's just it's fun, but it is very much I hear them.
Yes.
Do we go or don't we?
Yes.
I wish there was another element of, they're really far away, but we're both looking at each other, and let's decide what to do.
Yeah.
And I think that
there's a lot of cat and mouse of, like, I see you, we're just gonna go dodge him back and forth.
And it is fun. I think the circle is brilliant. The ring closing in, I think it's flawless the way they do it.
Oh yeah, real good.
And then the Hunger Games type announcing and the cannons and the
new kill leader.
Yeah,
and every character does their own dialogue.
I do have a question about that though. Am I supposed to care about the kill leader?
Kind of.
Why?
I get intimidated. I get a little jealous.
Who is he?
We don't know. But they have the screens of, like, they show the
How am I gonna recognize him?
I mean, you won't. Okay. But it's just like an idea of,
in
like,
my mind,
he's still there.
It's kind of a gimmick. I guess that's true.
Because when they say kill leader has been killed, you're like, oh, you kind of breathe a little bit, even if you don't even know who he is or see him.
Right.
But think about it, if you get a kill and they're like, kill leader has been killed, you're like, oh my god.
And that's the one thing. It's like, if I kill him, oh heck yeah, that's a good feeling.
That's a good.
But most of her shouting, I wish there was a little bit more relevant talk up top.
Yeah.
It is fun when you see yourself on the boards.
That's nice.
Or you're the kill leader.
It's nice.
Where it's like, wait a second, did she just say I'm the kill leader? Like, oh, yeah, I am.
Dust off your shoulders real quick.
Right. So I think that's definitely interesting.
I mean, they've gotten. You were saying a fact about how quickly they got millions of players compared to Fortnite.
25 million players in a week.
And how long did Fortnite take to get?
Took Fortnite until November. Silas, if you're watching, remind me when Fortnite was released to get 8 million.
Yeah, I mean,
so I think that's 2 months to get 8 million for Fortnite, 25 million. But again, guess what game got Apex 25 million?
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
So it's not black and white. You
Yeah.
can't do that.
But at the same time, Blackout came out. You know, BR Games have tried to do it since Fortnite.
No, exactly.
And they have not pulled 25 million.
And then let me ask you this, and if you don't get it, that's fine. You're just thinking differently. What do you think the reason is that this got better reaction than Blackout?
I think it's just the free. I think
exactly.
it's the moment it comes out of nowhere and it's free.
Free to play.
They have enough push from their company or the games
And
they've done.
so funny, man. These big companies that have been owning the industry for a decade say, "Oh, there's a free-to-play battle royale game out," and they latch onto the battle royale game idea for success.
Right.
And I don't think Battlefield 5 is going to find success as a battle royale.
Yeah.
I think Call of Duty did, but no longer has success as a battle royale.
Yeah.
They did not hone in on the idea that what drew people to it was free to play.
Yeah.
Free to play.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
And I hope they make tons of money.
Yeah.
I want to give them money.
Yeah, I'm buying Battle Pass. I mean,
Yeah.
that's easy.
Yeah.
That's
easy money.
That's easy.
Especially
money.
just considering how much hours I put in. You know,
Yeah,
the cost-benefit analysis is looking pretty.
Easy money.
Do you think they are stressing right now, the Apex creators and developers?
They have no stress.
Do you think they are? But what about a high standard to deliver moving forward?
I don't think so. I think
I think they're basking in the glory.
because you know what, Titanfall hasn't gotten amazing reception, and they've been
That's
slightly
true.
okay with it.
That is true.
They made Titanfall 2. They knew Titanfall 1 wasn't a huge success.
Yeah.
They liked their player base. They liked what they did. They never compromised. They never said, we're
And
going
I
to change
heard-
it next time.
I heard it was Respawn that chose to release Titanfall 2 between Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty World War 2. It wasn't EA.
That's what I'm saying.
Pushing for it.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's almost like they know what they have.
Yes.
And then they're saying,
Yes.
just put it out,
Yes.
please,
Yes.
so we can work on something else.
Now, Blackout, yes, they are stressed. They're always like, and that's what, if you think too much of it, you get bad.
And to speak to the news, Blackout and Fortnite both
Yeah.
have released, here are our responses. That's what
Yeah.
they call them. Our responses to Apex or whatever. There's huge updates. Call of Duty released a teaser infographic. You know how Call of Duty does that stupid stuff, as if we still... You know,
It's so funny
as
from
if it's
where
a
we
real,
started
like,
with the hype train
you know
of
what I
Call of
mean?
Duty.
Like the real, and it is fun.
Yeah.
And what's so funny is I really miss 6v6 team deathmatch.
Yeah,
What
same.
other game is going to give that to me?
Same.
I don't think anything is.
Yeah.
But they always do these artsy military teasers for Call of Duty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they released one for their Blackout map and then wrote on it in orange, like everything they're adjusting.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a Fortnite update to the map. And then Fortnite releases a detailed list on Twitter of everything they're changing,
Yeah.
including zip lines and stuff. It's hilarious, and I love it.
Yeah.
Get them in check. Get these monopolized industry leaders in check, dude.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure.
And I hope everybody keeps playing Apex.
Yeah. We got a fact check.
All right.
Daniel says Fortnite hit 10 million at 2 weeks, 45 million at 6 months, so Apex is smashing that record so far.
Well, Fortnite hit 10 million in 2 weeks. Is that what he said?
That's the fact
Oh, really?
check in the
that
chat.
was more than I thought. Okay. I mean, I believe you.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, it's smashing. And I think that's cool. And it's just so interesting to think about because I jumped on Fortnite pretty late in the game. It was like December pushing January.
Yeah.
And I had like known about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One last thing about Apex, I will say you don't have to be super great to enjoy it too.
Yeah. No, exactly.
You can be pretty bad,
down but not out, dude.
end the game, and have fun and get kills. Be helpful to your team. Throw your grenade. Throw your ult down.
You can still spot people while you're
In
down.
Fortnite, if you can't build, your teammate hates you.
Yeah.
I mean, like literally, is like, oh, we're
It's
not
not
gonna
a shooter.
we're not gonna do
Fortnite
anything.
is not a shooter. That's why I don't play it.
If you can't play Fortnite, you can't have fun.
When I realized, wait a second, is offense building? Ugh, gosh, I went and just like hung out in a Minecraft world alone. I was like, I need to just like mine for some diamond and take a breather.
There's our Apex thoughts. We love hearing your guys' thoughts. Keep playing it. Keep pushing pushing them to put out better
and
content.
seriously, dude, like throw them some money or something. I like get a battle pass when it comes out. I want that's going to be a metric for success for them. It's going to be a key performance indicator for their business, no doubt.
Yeah.
This influx of players, how long can they keep them?
Jeez.
That is always a variable now. Battle Royales, man, it's insane.
It's crazy.
I can't imagine what else could revolutionize it.
No, yeah. I mean, you say that, and then
Right. Well, that's true.
That's why we love this podcast, because we say things, and then 6 months later, we hear about crazy new things.
I mean, Apex dropped out of nowhere.
That's what I'm saying.
Nowhere.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
just
it.
a normal Tuesday. But
Andrew, should I unlock Mirage or Caustic first? In the chat, where are you at with your character unlocks?
I will probably do Caustic because I've seen so many people be successful with it. Trap a team in it, throw that gas down. Yeah. Mirage seems more fun, if I could say that.
I would agree with that.
But Caustic seems a little bit more effective, so I'm on the fence about it too. I'll probably unlock Caustic, but
yeah, I think so too.
I don't think I'm talented enough for Mirage to do it
I would
well
agree
enough.
with that. And the way they unlock on the screen, I think they would flow better if I do Caustic first. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's fair.
It just kind of seems more natural to me.
Mirage looks cooler though. His character is someone I want to play as.
Is it really? Seth in the chat says, I'm pretty sure Mirage is the same voice actor as the main character in Dying Light. Dude, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Dying Light is dope, and that's a big time February game release that came. Actually, it might have been end of January. That's super cool.
Wow, there you go. The connections of the video games. Here we are.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Shout out to Mirage.
That's awesome.
That's sweet. So there's Apex.
Yeah.
Please let us know any more comments you have. Hit us up if you want to play.
Hit us up on Twitter, Interactive XYZ, talking all things Apex, all things news.
Yeah. As soon as a new map comes out, we'll be talking about it. As soon as a new character comes out, we'll be talking about it. We'll be riding the hype with you guys.
Yeah. Can I plug a couple side quests stuff, Andrew?
Dude, I love side quests, man.
Right. So, Game Pass wish lists.
Yeah.
Go ahead and drop whatever comes off the top of your head. What would you like to see come to Game Pass? In the chat, feel free to participate.
Yeah, because I put that side quest down because I saw the Arkham games coming to Game Pass.
Yes.
And to me, the Game Pass wish list was sort of like not a brand new game to come to Game Pass. I was thinking like, what old games do you guys want to see on Game Pass? And I have to think about it because I don't know. They're adding a ton of.
It's true.
A ton of cool things. Is there anything off the top of your mind? I think is BioShock. BioShock was on it, but I think they took it off. I would
really? I didn't know that.
I would like to see BioShock back on it. I believe it's taken off.
With that business model, Andrew, how are they not getting serialized games the moment a sequel comes out?
Yeah.
If I was pushing for Game Pass with the marketing department of all these developers, I would say, hey, listen, you just released Black Ops 4 and it's a behemoth. Let me put World War II on Game Pass right now.
Yeah.
Would I play it? No.
Yeah.
But I would love to see Call of Duty type stuff on Game Pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People still play the old Call of Duties.
Yeah. I would like to see Battlefront.
And that'd be
cool.
Especially since it's like $7.
I'll
Just bite the bullet.
I would like Battlefront. Yeah. Oh, Roro says he also voices Sonic in Sonic Boom.
I did see that in the chat. That's so funny. Yeah.
Wow, man is out here. Yeah, that's my Game Pass wish list.
Okay. Yeah. And I just don't know how to feel about new releases coming to Game Pass. I just don't think that's going to happen. I know Crackdown 3 is coming.
Yeah.
All the other Crackdowns
It's
are
just
on
interesting to me because like the other Metro games are on there, so it's just weird that they wouldn't. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense to me. It's just weird that they have all the old games, and Division 1 was on it. I just like, isn't that weird? I don't know.
It is weird.
And if Fallout 76 came, that'd be fun. Older Fallout games would be fun. Right. I know they have Fallout 4, but
I just wonder how proactive they are at trying to add games to it.
Yeah.
At what ratio are they constantly calling
and
saying, can I convince you to put this on Game Pass and here's why? Or are they waiting? Like, heaven forbid, they're waiting for people to call them.
Oh, yeah.
That would make me sick.
I think Major Nelson's on his game.
I think so. He's a good guy.
I think they go after some
clearly
games.
have it together.
Oh, yeah.
But it is just very interesting. I still, as much as I love the idea of Game Pass, sitting on potential.
Oh, yeah.
Not fully realized yet. And I think the new console will inevitably launch.
Oh, it absolutely will. What other side quests do you want to talk about?
Division 2, Andrew. Open beta March 1st through 4th. I want to do that.
I do want to do it.
So I can prove how much I hate it. I just want to try it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want some peace of mind towards that game.
Yeah.
Did you look up closed beta stuff or something?
Yes, and so if you guys have played the closed beta, I believe you had to have pre-ordered it. So if any of you have pre-ordered it and played, I doubt anyone in the chat has. But if you have, please let us know your closed beta impressions. I looked over Reddit. I did some digging. I found some people's thoughts. What they're saying is it's an RPG. It's a lot different in Division, meaning it's an RPG. And I think people are not liking it because so what's happening is you're having these situations where you are given a gun, like an AR gun, and then you have a person, an enemy, and you hit him in the head, and his health bar will go down this much, which in a fantasy game like Destiny makes sense. You got like a creature from space with armor on. You have your you have your weapon, it shoots energy bullets, and their health doesn't go down. But if you're handed an AR and you see a human and you shoot them in the head, you would think, headshot, done.
Sure.
The game is an RPG, so they don't do that. They say, oh, we're going to make it so that it feels like Witcher with a sword, and you're just slashing and you're slashing.
Yeah.
And it's weird. And they're also saying the progression of the guns is weird. They're saying it's not a fun grind.
And that's the thing that just kind of disappoints me. It's just like you had to like the Division 1 in order to enjoy the Division 2. And I hate that that's the truth.
Yeah.
But I believe it 100%.
And it's all about cover.
I watched the 20-minute freaking
You
thing,
sit behind a street
and I was like,
light.
this is so boring, man. It's bunker to bunker. First of all, what is even in these boxes? Like, come on. It just ain't for me. I know people love it, blah, 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 blah. But it's...
But I just want to run in there. I want to jump on someone, punch them,
and
have powers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be cool, but no, I have to sit there with a pistol.
And think of the House of Cards effect of a driven cinematic experience in the world of the Division. That'd be awesome. There's no way that happens. I played the Division 1. I don't remember a single cut scene or I didn't care. I did not care. I did not know what was going on. And I should have cared and knew what was going on. So I don't know if that's necessarily going to change. I think it's more of the same.
Yeah.
And it'll just be interesting to see if it's balanced, if the PvP is fun.
Yeah, right.
But compared to Anthem, man, if I had to play the Division, and I'm like, man, you telling me I can't double jump into space right now?
Right. And that's
come on.
And that's where it loses me.
You could walk on the ground in Anthem and basically do the Division.
Yeah.
And actually shoot monsters, and in my mind, have
and
more fun.
You know why I also think it's gonna suffer is
Why?
because when it's super cooperative and you're in these situations, you know what you're gonna want to do? Ping like an Apex. You're gonna want to be like enemy to the left, but you're not gonna be able to do it.
No, you're not gonna be able to do
and
it.
it's gonna be so
And
frustrating.
I don't see a fluid party chat system.
Yeah.
It'll be weird proximity chat type stuff. It'll be interesting to see.
Yes, and I think I think the open beta would be fun because I will be able to experience DC,
yeah,
and that'll
just
be fun.
mess around, man.
Yeah, just like be in DC, have
bets are
fun,
off.
walk
Mess
around, and see what it's about.
Yeah.
I hope I get to break it. Like I just want to see it, freaking go all the way. So
it'll be cool.
yeah. Seth said, "Wow, we did it. We hit an hour finally."
Is this our first hour-long podcast?
Welcome to the hour-long.
I think we've gone more than an hour before.
Oh.
That's so funny. He cares so much about that. Yeah, we might have had one hit an hour or so before, but that's cool.
We had a lot to talk about
Apex,
with
man.
Apex and
That's
these
awesome.
side quests.
Let me plug one last thing, Andrew.
Yeah.
I might be jumping into the world of freelancing.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Ooh.
I might be writing some articles. I'm in talks with a website or two.
Please, go ahead.
So more news about that. You know, I don't want to put the cart before the horse now.
Yeah.
But just saying, I've been, it's kind of been put on my heart to maybe do a little bit more.
Yeah. Start writing
So I'm
more.
excited. Yeah.
If you guys don't know, we have reviews, we have thoughts up on our Patreon. We do write. We love talking. We love being in front of camera. But I know Caleb is really good writing. He's a good writer. So it's really cool to see you pursue some freelancing opportunities.
Yeah.
You start to see Caleb's review Apex Legends.
And that's the thing is I'm a little scared to review games. I'd rather do opinion eds of just why we need The Last of Us or something like that.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, be on the lookout for that. I appreciate all y'all's support. And just the connections I've made through this are pretty incredible.
Yeah.
After everything that happened over
definitely.
Christmas. And more to come for sure. Any outros, Andrew, for our lovely viewers and listeners?
No, man.
I've been fake drinking this invisible water.
I ran out of water real quick, too. Because we've been talking for an hour, man. Daniel says, congrats, Caleb. Roro says, sweet. People are happy for you, man.
Thanks, dudes. I love y'all so much.
It's super exciting.
I'm excited.
Wow.
If it works out well and I start writing, I'll definitely share a link to the site that I'm working with and any articles. I want to build a little bit more of a resume a little bit.
Yeah.
Go beyond Patreon and start to serve somebody bigger than ourselves. and
Kyle
y'all. So,
Corner says, good luck, C.
thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So there you go.
That's awesome.
Shouts out to...
Any outros, Andrew?
Meet us in Apex, man. Come on, play
Seriously.
with us. Monday nights, 10 p.m. we game.
CPC23 cross-platform play is coming.
I put
dude.
my gamer tag
It's
in
coming.
the
I
chat.
believe in it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Your PC boy will be happy to hear that. Seth.
Seth, we're
Fine,
gonna
we'll play with you. We're going to need you once we're playing against mouse and keyboard. It's
Oh,
going to
man,
be brutal.
It's going to be tough.
There needs to be training.
The doors, the, corners, the peeking, the shooting.
Heavens no.
Those long range.
Heavens no. Yeah. It's going to be fun, man. I love it. I'm going to play Apex. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Right when I'm done with you.
For sure.
Much love. And keep on gaming.
Peace.
Big addition,